Hello friends, it's 7:30 p.m. and you are tuned to the General Overseas Service of All India Radio, the voice of the nation. We are here with news, views, celebrity endorsements, write-ups, videos, vox pop, tips of the day and music for your listening pleasure. So happy tuning in.
This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Namaskar. The news snippets. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth inaugurated the new building of Mauritius Supreme Court built with India's assistance. Prime Minister Modi said India and Mauritius share special friendship. The new Supreme Court building is a landmark for our cooperation and shared values. He said India's development model is human-centric. The Ayush Ministry organized a webinar with ministers of all the states for operationalization of Ayush Health and Wellness Centers. Ayush Minister of State Shripad Yesu Nayak launched a dedicated portal of National Ayush Mission. Union Minister for Environment, Forests and Climate Change Prakash Javadekar has said India could provide the platform wherein all the best practices in environmental management in BRICS countries could be showcased. 10,57,805 patients have recovered from COVID-19 in India till now. In the last 24 hours, 37,223 patients recovered. Recovery rate is 64.54%. 642,588 tests for COVID-19 were conducted across the country in the past 24 hours. Most states are now going in for testing on a massive scale. Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has said that government will encourage startups in the field of agriculture for enhancing income of farmers and providing employment opportunities to the youth. A Pakistani man accused of blasphemy was killed in a court in Peshawar. US State Department has asked Pakistan to pursue reforms. The NASA spaceship carrying the rover Perseverance to Mars is functioning normally after experiencing some technical issues. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI's IPL Governing Council will meet on Sunday to finalize the IPL 2020 schedule and other arrangements. The IPL matches could be held abroad. Government of India would be giving the final clearance for holding this year's edition of IPL. And that is the end of the news snippets.
Hello, friends. A quote: "Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world," says George Bernard Shaw. To keep yourself shining bright, we need to spiritually cleanse ourselves in order to release negative energy. Do you find yourself tired at the end of the day? Are you struggling to access emotions? Do some interactions leave you feeling drained of all your energy? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, you might be overdue of a spiritual cleansing session. This practice removes negative energy and enforces positive endurance. This practice of spiritualism will give you the reset you need. Let's explore this practice in its entirety. Here, we'll go over the meaning of cleansings, ritual steps, and a few methods of cleansing your aura. What is spiritual cleansing? Before we can go into the details of cleansing, we should first define what it is. Spiritual cleansing is a ritualistic practice of absolving yourself of negative energy. It is the habit of continually reaffirming the purity of your spirit. In this practice of spiritualism, all things are composed of prana, universal energy. Albert Einstein theorized that the entire universe is made of energy. This energy vibrates on different frequencies. Lower frequencies reveal solid objects such as humans, rocks, animals, etc. Higher frequencies vibrate so quickly they tend to be invisible to the human eye. Every human body is comprised of multiple forms of prana. Low vibrations make up the physical form, high vibrations surround the body. This high energy spans 4 to 5 feet outside the body, scientifically known as the electromagnetic field. Within spiritualism, we refer to it as an aura, of knowing our aura and charging up of our aura. Your aura is the holding place of your spiritual self. This elastic body can be altered through interaction with other auras. If you were to pet an animal, have a good conversation, or hold a newborn, you would be partaking in positive energy. Your aura will absorb this positivity and be strengthened by it. If you are in a relationship with a toxic person dominated by someone else's will, or in an unhealthy environment, your aura will absorb negative vibrations. These vibrations can fragment and weaken our aura. All of these interactions feature on absorption of energy. While positive energy will strengthen you, negative will wear you down. Remember, even if you remove yourself from an unpleasant situation, you will still carry negative vibrations without your aura. Be mindful, releasing unhealthy energy. You can clear up your aura of any junk that is weighing you down. This process is what we call a spiritual cleanse. In our next episode, we talk of how to do a spiritual cleanse. Connect with us, same time, same channel, for another tip of the day.
Eid Mubarak. Eid ul Fitr, also called the festival of breaking the fast, is a religious holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide that marks the end of the month-long dawn to sunset fasting of Ramadan. This religious Eid is the only day in the month of Shawwal during which Muslims are not permitted to fast. Special and traditional cuisine like a sweet dish, sheer kurma, and famous savaiya with dates are prepared to celebrate Eid. On this day, people go to mosque to perform the Eid prayer in the early morning, visit their friends, exchange gifts, and share good wishes. Muslims also do charity and donation of food, barley, dates, rice, clothes, etc. Shukran.
Namaskar everyone. Today I am Nitin Talwar from Sri Venkateshwar International School will share my thoughts on Eid. Eid ul-Fitr is a major festival celebrated across the world. Eid is celebrated twice a year, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Ramadan is a holy month for Muslims. They fast every day throughout the month. After the end of Ramadan, they stop their fasting and on the next day, Eid is celebrated. People greet each other by saying Eid Mubarak. Eid is celebrated with great pomp and show. People go to nearby mosque to offer namaz. People make delicious sweets and delicious biryani in their homes. Bathing in the morning, wearing new clothes, and eating dates are some rituals on this day. Children accept gifts and money in form of Eid. Eid gives a message of brotherhood. An Eid Day means a day of enjoyment and sharing happiness. Thank you, everyone.
On the special occasion of Eid, Maisha Harris of Class 5 of Sri Venkateshwara International School and Muhammad Abdullah of Class 2 wishing everyone Eid Mubarak through this beautiful presentation.
Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam. Eid Mubarak. I'm Maisha Harris of Class 5 and I'm Muhammad Abdullah of Class 2. Wish you all a very happy Eid. Our world is full of different cultures with different beliefs and they all have different celebrations. Muslims celebrate two major festivals, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, also known as Eid al-Zuha. And today we are celebrating Eid al-Adha all over the world. Eid al-Adha means the festival of sacrifice. It falls in the month of Zulhijjah. It is a time when Muslims go to Makkah in Saudi Arabia to perform Hajj. At the end of Hajj, we celebrate Eid al-Adha. We wear new clothes, go to mosques, offer prayers, say Eid Mubarak to one another and eat popular dish called Sevai. Muslims give charity like money and eatables to poor and needy people. My best part of Eid is when I receive Eid from my elders. Eid please. Why should I give you? Because you are elder than me. Oh, okay, I will give you next time. Eid! 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 A time to love, a time to care, a time to pray, a time to share, a time to eat, share special meals with family and those in need. Eid! 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 All around the world we celebrate as one. All around the world we celebrate as one. Say Eid Mubarak and be happy. Say Eid Mubarak and be happy. Say Eid Mubarak and be happy. Eid Mubarak to everyone. Thank you.
You are with us on the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We now bring you today's commentary. Kashmir's rich cultural legacy. It is scripted by Ashok Handu, political commentator. Kashmir, the crown of India, is one of the most appropriate examples of composite culture where different streams of thought have coexisted for generations, adding value to each other's traditions. It is a true blend of multiple philosophies influenced by Hinduism, Buddhism and Islam, culminating in what has come to be known as Kashmiriyat. The essence of this philosophy is to live in harmony and brotherhood. Until the advent of Islam in the 14th century, Kashmir was under the sway of Hinduism and Buddhism. It came under Islamic influence thereafter. But these currents of religion, spirituality and thought were never antagonistic but complementary to each other. So, if there was Hindu spirituality in place, the Sufi movement, the mystic tradition of Islam, also thrived. The great mystic poet Laleshwari, popularly known as Lal Ded, preached spirituality through her Waqs, poetry. She was a bridge between pre- and post-Islamic era who passed on the baton to her contemporary Sheikh Nuruddin Nurani, commonly known as Nand Rishi. They were saint poets who professed synchronizing different streams of thought for the betterment of mankind. Lal Ded was the first poet to use Kashmiri language as a medium of a message for the common man. This thought assimilation reflected in every field of life in Kashmir. In religion, Hindus and Muslims lived in total harmony with each other. That is how there are many number of shrines revered equally by Hindus and Muslims across the valley. It is this secular character of the people that was targeted by the extremist forces to achieve their nefarious designs. Earlier also, there have been attempts to damage the secular fabric of the place by different rulers. Sikandar, nicknamed as Butshikan, the iconoclast, got thousands of temples destroyed and pursued forced conversions. But then came Budh Shah, who rehabilitated the Kashmiri Pandits and brought back those who had fled the valley. But for these isolated episodes, Kashmir has always been a land of peace, mutual brotherhood and spirituality. Nand Rishi was the first Sufi poet of Kashmir who preached simplicity and emphasized protection of the environment. His famous saying that food will last only till our forests last has been very popular among the masses. The history of Kashmir dates back to the days of Mahabharata war when Gonanda ruled the place. Later, Ashoka founded Srinagar city close to the present-day Srinagar. Life in Kashmir has been influenced by multiple cultures. What we see today is the blend of the Mughal, Afghan and others who ruled the place or came to the valley in search of spirituality. Kashmir then was known the world over as Rishwar, the land of saints. The Persian influence is prominent in the field of handicrafts like the world-famous hand-woven carpets and pashmina shawls known for their colorful designs and high-class embroidery. Unique wood carving and papier-mâché are also a result of this confluence of multiple cultures. The Indo-Greek influence can be witnessed in the architecture of ancient temples. Mughal influence is visible in food habits, resulting in the famous Wazwan, the multi-course non-veg dishes. The Jammu region has been influenced by the North Indian culture. Endowed with nature's bounty, Kashmir has always been known as a magnificent tourist place. It is truly a mini India which offers the hottest as well as the coldest regions in the midst of nature's bounty. Kashmir's geographical location always brought waves of influence from the Central and East Asia, particularly in the field of music and musical instruments. Afghanistan too influenced Kashmir's music to a great extent. Raj Tarangini, written by Kalhana in Sanskrit in the 12th century, is the world's first recorded account of history. In modern times also, Kashmir has thrown up poets like Mehjur and Azad who preached Hindu-Muslim unity and mutual brotherhood as the way to reach God. Kashmir, thus, has a lot to be proud of. It will continue to thrive and show the way forward. That was today's commentary, Kashmir's Rich Cultural Legacy. It was scripted by Ashok Handu, political commentator, and read by Kaushik Rai. This broadcast came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.
While we face the challenge of the COVID pandemic, we have to be sensitive to the stress and anxiety faced by many of us. और जब मैं ये स्ट्रेस और एंजाइटी की बात कर रही हूँ जो डिप्रेशन भी बन सकता है, it is across ages, it is across professions, it's across regions.
Initially, when I heard of coronavirus, I did not think of the magnitude to which it will have impact on us until we actually saw cases coming up.
और वर्ली कोलेवाड़ा ये फर्स्ट कंटेनमेंट जोन था, डिक्लेयर किया कोई बाहर नहीं जा सकता। अरे बाप रे, एकदम मुश्किल हो गया।
हम धारावी में रहते हैं और पापा मेरे सिक्योरिटी सुपरवाइजर है। सो फाइनेंशियल स्टेटस ठीक ना होने की वजह से तब से वो अभी तक काम पर ही है। वो अभी तक मुझे मिले भी नहीं है। मेरी फैमिली सभी लोग नॉर्थ इंडिया चले गए। मुझे उनकी भी याद आ रही है और मुझे जो फैमिली मेरी चली गई है उनकी भी याद आ रही है।
मैं रोज न्यूज़ लगा के देखना कि धारावी में इतने केसेस बढ़ गए, इतने की मौत हो गया, तो वो मैं थोड़ा और टेंशन में आती कि कहीं मेरे घर तक ना आ जाए वो चीज़ें, या मेरे घर से कोई बाहर ना चला जाए।
So, when mental health gets impacted, every aspect of your life takes a pain. You're constantly worried about what if I get it, what if someone I care about gets it.
Some of the very clear symptoms that you'll see is a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of distress in terms of how do you cope.
असं वाटायचं की एवढे हेल्पलेस झालोय काय, कुठे गेली आपली ती आतली शक्ती.
I was stressed. There were like spells of frustration because sometimes it was like, why do I have to do this and why isn't he or she supposed to do it? A lot of distress, a lot of mood swings.
तो पहले स्टार्टिंग में तो मैं बहुत डर रही थी कि मैं जॉब भी नहीं कर रही थी, मेरे पापा तो जॉब कर रहे हैं, उससे उनका पहले से घर खर्च नहीं चल पा रहा था, अब तो जॉब भी बंद हो जाएगा तो मुझे भी जॉब करना है. तो मेरे को टेंशन आता था कि मैं कर क्या रही हूँ, मैं किधर हूँ.
अकेलापन महसूस होने लगा और खाना तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं खाने लगा. और वो सिचुएशन थी कि जहाँ पे लग रहा था कि अब मैं बस सुसाइड कर लूँ या फिर ऐसा कुछ करूँ कि मैं सबसे दूर हो जाऊँ, सभी से दूर हो जाऊँ.
I think to myself that do I need to talk to somebody, do I need to just talk it out.
तो धीरे धीरे जब लोगों का सपोर्ट मिलने लगा लाइक स्नेहा हमें मेंटल हेल्थ पे सेशंस लेने लगे, थोड़ा बहुत वो हमें राशन के लिए हेल्प करने लगे, तो मेरा टेंशन कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा कम होने लगा.
और न्यूज़ कम किए देखने के लिए, ऐसी कुछ मूवीज देखेंगे जिसमें मुझे एन्जॉयमेंट मिले.
एक महत्त्वाची गोष्ट म्हणजे आमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशन मुक्तांगणने काय केलं, त्यांनी 26ला ॲप आम्हाला इंट्रोड्यूस केला. एकमेकांना बोलणं म्हणजे कामाचं नाही, त्याच्यावर आपलं मजाक मस्ती जोक्स फन चालू झालं ना की सगळं विसरून जातं, एक आपल्याला पॉझिटिव्हिटी येते.
तो ये सारी फीलिंग को मैंने अपने एक डायरी में लिखना स्टार्ट किया. उसके देख कर मैंने सोचा कि मैं इस चीज़ में इतना ज़्यादा अंदर चला गया हूँ कि मुझे अब बाहर निकलने की ज़रूरत है. और फिर धीरे धीरे ऐसी चीज़ों से दूर होने लगा जो मुझे बार बार बताए कि इस टाइम पर कोरोना पैंडेमिक चालू है.
It's important to prioritize your self-care. It's important to prioritize your well-being. It's one of the most important thing is to remember, until you don't check in with people, you will not know for sure.
So check what they are already doing and encourage and motivate them to at least continue that. Acknowledge and validate that, it's okay to feel this way. Show them unconditional positive regard and tell them that they are worth it. This is temporary, but it still needs work.
मिनिस्ट्री की तरफ से, मंत्रालय की तरफ से, सरकार की तरफ से हमने एक हेल्पलाइन खोली है 08046110007. मैं सबसे यही गुजारिश करूँगी कि प्लीज़ कम फॉरवर्ड एंड टॉक अबाउट व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग. वी ऑल गो थ्रू दिस.
गिर पे रख कर माथा सो गए अमर बलिदानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी जय हिंद जय हिंद जय हिंद जय हिंद.
The Minions and GRU are supporting WHO in making sure people of all ages stay safe and healthy during COVID-19 pandemic.
Hello, everybody! It's me, Gru! But you already knew that. And I've got some tips to help you get through this challenging time. First, practice physical distancing.
I'm sorry, I did not see you there.
I've been doing it my whole life.
Or there.
Plus, there are lots of things you can do at home, like stay active with some sick dance moves, be daring, and whip up a new dish. I love the combination of gummy bears with meat. You can do video calls for all of your important meetings.
What?
Sorry. Or just have some fun. Okay, not that much fun. Now, this does not come naturally to me, but try to be kind to each other. This is a tough time for everyone. So, that's it. Stay home, stay healthy, and remember, we're all in this together.
What?
But totally separate. You know what I mean.
Yeah!